I always call Thursdays Think About It Thursday sometimes, or Thankful Thursday. And they kind of go together, actually. You know, think about it, and then you start to think about what you're grateful for. Or when you first start thinking about what you're grateful for, you start to think about other things. And so, hey, whoever's live, I love to have at least one live person on before I start really getting into the meat and potatoes of what I was going to talk about. So, happy Thankful Thursday and Think About It Thursday. I'm actually in my car at baseball waiting for, there's some time between my son's baseball team practice and my daughter's karate class, and she's in my car sleeping. And so I had a pretty kind of casual day today, very laid back. Took some time for myself. Obviously, I look very just comfortable today. But I wanted to pop on, and I was thinking about, you know, does a lot of us struggle sometimes, sometimes more than sometimes often, about getting the motivation to, you know, just do anything. Sometimes even in our personal life, but definitely with our business, because the business is, you know, not something that we have to do. Let's face it, you don't have somebody telling you, you know, you need to get this done by this time. You don't have a boss. You don't have any type of penalties if you don't make that phone call or connect with that person, you know, make that marketing post, whatever. You have no obligations other than your own. And that's where people struggle in finding the motivation. Hey, Jessica. Until we develop that discipline, which takes a while, it takes a lot of strategy. It takes, you know, sometimes training with other people, reading certain books, even just the experience and the drive to want to learn that discipline, you know, is hard. And the discipline sometimes doesn't happen when the need isn't there. When, you know, your Scentsy business isn't really a make or break you type situation. When Scentsy's just it'd be nice if I made some extra money, but you're not going to do without if you don't. Do you know what I mean? Which is okay. And you know what? I'd rather all of you be in that situation that Scentsy's just a bonus, rather than you know, like I was when I started. I had to make money. I had to make money because I had to put food on the table. And then at that time, that is what motivated me. That was my drive, is that I feared more not putting food on the table for my children than feared getting a no, or being embarrassed, or saying the wrong thing, or whatever we fear. Hey, Toya. And so if you're at the point in your business right now that you're not in a place that, you know, there's this driving force that's saying, oh my gosh, it's a ride or die situation, that I've got to make this phone call, I've got to build a team, I've got to make sales, you know, this, that, or whatever, know that that's okay. And but it is important to ask yourself, then why am I doing this? Like, what keeps me here? Because as long as we know that, and it may be something as simple as, you know what, I really just love the product, and I'm going to buy X amount of dollars anyways, you know, every 3 months through my consultant. So the reason why I joined was because, you know, I was going to make a little bit of a discount. And, you know, if I can sell to the people I see every day and make my minimum every 3 months, and maybe sometimes more, then I'm satisfied. Now, if we could find and get all of you to the point of being satisfied, not struggling, not mad at yourself, not disappointed in yourself, not wondering why it's not working for you, you know, or even to the point, some consultants tell me that, you know, they feel like it's hurting them more than not. Now, here's why. It's because they start to invest in products and business supplies that are not necessary. Not necessary. Because, you know, we have this mindset of the bigger we go, the better it'll be, right? Like if I dive in and I buy every business supply and I buy all the products that people can just shop from my house, you know, then I'll be more successful. I hate to break it to you guys, that's not the case. That's not the truth. And so if that was the case, you know, there'd be a lot more successful people, and, you know, there would be people buying up a storm. And you know what, here's the biggest point, is that Scentsy wouldn't have a cap on how much you have to spend, you can spend and have a product in your inventory. Now I know Jess is on here and she's a newer consultant, so I'm not sure if you got to the Scentsy standards section yet, of that we can only keep $1,000 in inventory at any given time of stock in our homes. And the reason behind that is because we're not a retail store. You don't want to train your clients to oh, I'll just buy from her store. You don't want that, because one, you have to hope that you have something they have, and then why are they going to have a party for you, right? Why? I have anybody that's been to my home knows that I have at all times at least $1,000 in inventory. Some of it's overstock from years before, so technically I have more, but it's been written off. And I also do large events. So if you do large events, you can have up to $2,000 in inventory, as long as you can prove you have contracts that you actually sell inventory at. It's called cash and carry event, and I can do that. So, but my clients rarely shop from my inventory. So I did a blast email recently that just to tell my clients, you know, just a reminder, we've got a couple more weeks until the transition happens, the 10% off sale to take advantage of, transition into new fragrances, as well as, you know, our great joint opportunity. So because of that, one of my online clients, which happens to live a mile away from me, and she always shops online, I tell her, if you just call me, I'll take your order, I'll deliver it to you, it's free shipping. But everybody has preferences, right? It's just easier for her. She's like, it's okay, I'd rather shop online. Okay. So she got this email, and she's like, you know what, because she just bought some warmers, and she said, you know, I saw that you said that the bars are going up in price, because I did send the email letting all my clients know, so I can kind of take the house off my shoulders, knowing that I notified them ahead of time, because I don't want my clients coming back to me saying, why didn't you let me know? So here's a tip. If you've got this many clients or you got this many clients, the only way that you can touch all of them at this point in time without spending a lot of money is sending a mass email. So what I would do is I would go into your contacts list and send an email to everybody you have emails for. And you can send them right from your workstation and just say, just to let you know that, you know, this is what's going on. Price point's going up $1 for our Scentsy bars. This is a great time to stock up at the $22.50 for 6. Great way to stock up on even products that you, fragrances that they're still going to be there next month, but you're going to have to spend $6 a piece opposed to, you know, $5, and you're going to have to spend $30 in the 6-pack instead opposed to $25. So it just gives you more of a reason to have a bigger August, right? Hey, Lauren. So I started to think about, you know, what are the things that kind of stop us from being motivated? And sometimes it's mental. Not gonna lie, it's mental. We just don't feel the energy to be out there and like putting on a show, right? You know, when you're on the phone, you've got to be happy, you've got to be peppy, you've got to be excited, because your tone carries through the phone. If I picked up the phone and I was like, "Hi, this is Jess, your Scentsy consultant," kind of like, okay, I'm busy, right? Just kind of a downer. Like, I don't want to talk to this lady. Hey, Cassie. So it does take energy, right? And so, you know, some of you have full-time jobs aside from Scentsy. And so by the time you're done with your full-time jobs, or you've got just busy schedules all day long, doesn't matter if it's a full-time that you get paid to somebody else, you know, you just have a busy life, right? You've got a lot in your schedule. That's what I like to say, is you have a packed schedule in the day. I don't like to say busy, because busy means that you're all over the place and you're not getting productive, right? Let's say that we're all just have a very packed schedule, and it's sometimes we get a little overwhelmed of like, where am I going to find the extra energy for my Scentsy business? So here are some tips that I've learned throughout the years, okay? They may or may not work for you, but they are strategies that have been proven to work for a higher percentage of people. And you just never know if it works unless you try it. So it's worth a try, right? And I've tried so many strategies throughout my years. Some that I don't even remember that I've done, but I've done them. I'm not going to lie. I have tried everything to figure out what works for me. And guess what? When something works for me, when I get into the next phase of my business, it may not work anymore. And so we have to be what I call chameleons. We have to be able to just transform into our environment, our setting, our time of our business, all that kind of stuff. So we have to be able to let go. The control freaks in us, I'm telling you right now, if you want to be successful in this business, that is a quality that has to be out the window. Now, it's going to take time. I'm not going to say it's going to be overnight, but little tiny things that you can start, just let it, like loosening the strings, you know what I mean? Just kind of, okay, maybe. So one of the top things that I started was asking myself anytime I was going to do a task that wasn't business related, asking me, can this task wait another hour so I can do a money-making activity that's going to actually help me and enhance my life? Because let's face it, people, finances enhance your life. It gives you resources. I hear so often, I think it's a pride thing, that people don't want to admit that they need money or that they can use extra money. It's not an unknown factor. Everybody needs extra money. Everybody needs a little something that in case your tire pops or your transmission goes out or the water cooler breaks or the refrigerator breaks. Just so you know, all of the things I just listed has happened to me in the last year. 6 months. Our air conditioners broke. We have 2. They both broke at the same time. My husband's brand new motorcycle, his tire popped. My mirror on the side of my car, I cracked. The mirror fell off completely. Our refrigerator broke twice. So these are all financial burdens that you don't plan for, right? You don't have some do, some are smart, but not everybody thinks about, what does happen if I have that? I have all the money to pay my bills, get groceries, do my day-to-day things and get my hair done and even go to dinner every now and then. But what happens if an $800, $1,000 just curveball slaps you in the face? Are you prepared for it? So those are the things that I think about when I'm doing activities that doesn't enhance my life and doesn't move me forward, so I'm prepared for things like that. Okay, so what are some examples? A lot of us in Scentsy, we're people that are drawn to Scentsy, we're all servers, right? We all like to serve other people. We like to help people. And that is a great quality that I do not want you to change. Oh my gosh, that is such a blessing that you're that way, because that is going to serve you in the future for your business. And even right now, it'll serve you. If you serve your business and the people that are in it, your clients, your hostesses, your consultants, that will help you tremendously, okay? But sometimes we have to learn to say no. And I know that is the hardest thing, because that was probably the hardest thing that I had to learn in this business, is being able to say no and not feeling like you're a bad person. Because I'm going to tell you the way I felt, and you guys might be able to relate, is I felt like if I said no, people would think I don't care as much, and that I'm selfish, or all these things that go through my mind. And those were the 2 main things. I was worried that they thought that I didn't care and that I was selfish. So I would say yes to things that would throw me totally off my schedule. I would not get things done that I need to get done in my life, in my family's life, in my business. And then what happened? I was the one that was suffering. I was the one that was hurting financially, or even I didn't have time to spend with my children or my husband because I was putting time elsewhere that did not enhance my personal agenda, which was my family and my finances. Now, a lot of society, and even, I'm going to get real here, you guys, even religions, I'm very spiritual, I'm very close to God, but some of the teachings kind of make you feel guilty for taking care of you. And not in a bad way, but like, you know, always pushing towards serving other people, but not talking about how important it is to fill your own cup first. And then guess what happens? You're able to pour into more people more often, in more ways. So an example is, are you the one that people call when they need, you know, oh, can you pick up my kid for me? You know, I'm running late, Can you go, you know, take my kid to the park or to this birthday party? Or, oh, you know, are you the kid in your family, the daughter or the son that your parents call and just rely you on to do it? Can you take care of this for me because this is what's going on? And, you know, your brothers and sisters don't, your brothers and sisters don't have the time, or you're better at this, and they kind of just load everything on you. And meanwhile, you're taking care of everybody else's business and you're not taking care of yours. Does anybody relate to that? Because that's how I was. And sometimes it still happens, I'm not going to lie, but now I handle it differently. I'm able to say no, because one, if they think I'm selfish because of that, and if they think I don't care, then that means they don't know me and they don't know my heart. So you have to ask yourself, oh, you can relate to that, Lauren. I'm sorry to hear that. But hey, you know what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's strategy. It's confidence that you build. This business helps you do that. I tell a lot of our leaders, all your guys' directors and upline, that, as long as two people know what's going on, as long as upstairs and you know where your heart is, that's all that matters. Because the right people are going to ask you the question, and they're going to say why, or they're just going to understand, because they're going to know that if you can do it, you will. And you will, right? You would. It really doesn't interrupt all your plans, your busy schedule, and an effect of you getting the things done that you need to get done. You know in your heart, and the right people know that you would do it. But the reality is, we all have so much on our plate that we don't have a lot to give outside of what we have to take care of in the beginning, especially because you're just learning how to tend and serve and give to so many people. Because now you're in a business that is all about service. Taking care of your clients. Is it convenient for them? When is it convenient for them to pick up the products? When is it convenient for them your hostess to meet with them to, coach them? When is it convenient for your potential consultant to meet with them and talk to them about that? Then when you become a sponsor, when is it convenient for both of you to, meet up and train? All these different serving aspects that you have to learn to do. It's so possible, but the biggest key is you have to learn to manage you. Let me say that again. You have to learn to manage you. Because the biggest issue, and I'm guilty of this, and I still am sometimes, is we don't manage ourselves. We let everybody else manage us, okay? So by the time the end of the day happens, you're done, right? You're like, ugh, I have no more energy. I can't think about getting on a training call. I can't think about showing up to this team meeting. I can't think about looking at my workstation, or talking to this customer that I know told me she's interested and I should call her, but right now I just don't feel like it, right? Does it sound familiar? It's because we're not making decisions that are going to be effective for our day-to-day schedule, what needs to happen. So what I suggest is to write down everything that you do in a day. Write down the things that even don't happen every day. Like, look at a good, 2-week span. Write it all down. Even make an appointment for the doctor. That takes 5-10 minutes, right? Write it down. And then when you really see everything visually, you're going to see how much extra time you truly have. You're going to see one of two things. You're going to either see that you have a lot more time than you claim you do and that you think you do. And you're going to go, oh, maybe I can plug in my business. And I'm going to talk to you about when the best time is. And then two, another option is that you may find that you're doing so much crap, I'm just going to say it, that doesn't need to be happening, that waste your time, waste your day, that isn't moving you forward in your life, isn't getting you towards your goals, isn't making your bank account more prosperous, and you're literally, it's a wake-up call to visually see it. So let's say the first scenario, you look at this calendar and you see, oh my gosh, I really have more time than I thought that I did. I really could probably plug in more time for my business. So but then you tell yourself, I'm still exhausted. I still don't have the motivation. So only you know when you feel the most productive, because every single one of us is different. Somebody's going to say, I'm up at 4 a.m, bing, I'm ready to go, and I have to be at bed at 8 o'clock. Some people are going to say, what? I can't even wake up till 10 o'clock and I'm up till 3 a.m. So some people might I'm up at 9 and I go to bed at, 10:30. So everybody's different, but if you take the time to pay attention, when you're the most productive, when you have the most energy. So you might say, well, Jess, I'm the most productive in the morning, but I literally get up, get ready for work, go to work. So I can't be doing my Scentsy business. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you're the most productive in the morning, then get up 30 minutes earlier and do a little bit of Scentsy business, do a training call, write out some thank you cards, whatever that may be, just to get it done, and then go about your business. What is 30 minutes going to do for your sleep schedule? It's going to be different, but it's definitely going to make a difference in the production of your business and your financial situation in the long run. If you are a night person and you're like, I can't be making phone calls at 9 o'clock at night because I don't even get home from 9 o'clock. One thing I'm going to suggest is, hi Tammy, Heidi Thompson at our reunion talked about a book, the mindset, and growing mindset and fixed mindset. I'm going to post the name of it because I don't remember off the top of my head the actual name of it. If one of you guys do that sees this before I do, please post it. But it's talking about, if you're constantly, when you see a situation and all you see is why you can't do something, you might be borderline in the fixed mindset. And this book is really going to help you open up your mind to realize that you have a choice on what you do and what your actions are. So you have a choice to get up 30 minutes earlier if you really want to. But if you don't, then you're doing the same actions and you can't expect new results. So I cut out all television completely when I started, because I realized I was watching probably about 3 hours of television every day, if not more sometimes. That gave me 3 hours of work time that I didn't have before. Cutting out, how some of us are kind of anal retentive. I used to be this way. I had to mop the floor and sweep the floor after dinner. I had to wipe down the counters perfectly. I had to make sure the dishes were clean. And I have to start driving now to my daughter's karate. I had to have everything perfect before I went to sleep. Well, when I started a Scentsy business and I had 2 toddlers running around and my husband was deployed, that kind of thing couldn't happen, because I had to make a decision. Do I want to start to make money and make this business grow, or do I want my dishes to be clean right now? So I made a decision. I'm not saying I stopped washing dishes. I'm saying that I made a choice of, does it have to happen right now? So instead of doing it as soon as I get done eating, I would be okay. And I still, to this day, I'm not going to lie, guys, I wait till the morning. I have dinner and I spend some time with the kids. I put them down, and then I take care of things that I would normally be spending time cleaning up, and you know, even which takes like a good hour sometimes if you're going to be sweeping and doing the dishes and this and that. And that is time that I could be putting towards my business, like making a phone call. Thank you, Tammy. You too. So these are just really, they're just decisions that we have to make. You know, a lot of us say, ooh, I want that lifestyle. Ooh, I want to go on those trips like all those other consultants do. Oh, I want to be making money like that person. But you have to remember that there are specific actions and disciplines that were created in their lives and their business that wasn't always there. It was actions that were taken no matter how hard they were. And let me tell you, there are a lot of actions that I've taken in my business that were so hard that I didn't know if I can do it. And I was scared. Even my launch party, I felt like throwing up. I was so nervous. But you have to ask yourself, am I fine with my life? Like, if I live my life the exact same way every single day, the same amount that I'm making financially, the same amount of resources that I have currently, am I fine with that for the rest of my life? And if you can honestly say yes, you literally, with peace and not a heavy heart, you could literally say, I am absolutely content and happy with my life and my financial situation and my ability to, you know, have resources. Because let me just remind you that resources mean more ability to give. Like, I'm able to give to my community financially now that I couldn't even financially put food on my own table at one point. And now I'm able to donate my income to the community to help for people that are more needy than I am. Now, if that inspires you in any way, think about that. If you're telling yourself, I'm fine, I don't need for anything, but do you have money to give? So that can be your inspiration. That can be your motivation to say, you know what? My family's good. I've got everything I need, but other people don't. And I would love to be able to give back. That's what motivated me as well. Even though my family needed the money, what inspired me to start is to be able to fundraise and actually give back to my community through Scentsy. So think about those things. Am I saying yes to everything? You know, or you know, do I need to learn to say no? Because at the same time, when you're learning to say no, you're going to be okay with hearing the word no, because you know that you're not saying no because you don't like the person, or, you know, you don't care, or you don't want what they are asking you to buy or whatever. It's just not right now. It's not a necessity. It's something that I can't do. So it's the same thing. When we hear that same response from somebody else, that should be the neutral feeling that comes upon us, instead of being hurt or upset or, you know, oh, nobody likes me, nobody wants the business, nobody likes the product, all these negative thoughts. Think about that everybody needs to say no at one point in time in their life. And they may just be saying no because, you know what, if I buy this $40 warmer right now, or $99 kit, or $149 kit, you know, that's not going to be a smart move financially for me right now. They may not tell you that because they, sometimes it's embarrassing sometimes to be able to say, I can't afford $149, right? So don't take it personal. Don't take the no personal. And when you don't start taking no's personal, it's going to be easier for you to say no, to get you further in advance with your business. So if you're struggling with motivation, it's because you're struggling with your why. You're struggling, why am I doing this? So I challenge anybody that is struggling, or maybe just don't quite know, you know, how much time you want to put into your business, and you're like, well, what, you know, really ask yourself, you know, what's the big picture for me here? What am I looking to do? Because looking to you know, make some extra income is a total different action plan than somebody that's looking to replace their income completely with their job that they are working right now. Or, you know, to even earn a all expenses paid trip for 2 people on a Mediterranean cruise. You know, I'm not going to say it takes work. It takes effort. It takes service. And if you're not willing to do that, then, you know, telling yourself you want to earn a cruise, but you're not willing to put the actions into it, that's going to be very emotionally challenging for you, because you're not going to get the results you're looking for. So I hope this made some of you guys think, and hopefully found a little bit of motivation within yourself. One thing I'll tell you guys that I want everybody to know is I can't motivate you. Your sponsor can't motivate you. Your director can't motivate you. The only person that can motivate you is you. And so you can find inspiration that helps you find the motivation, but we can't do that for you. Nobody can do that for me. So if you're struggling, start looking within. I hope you guys have a thankful, thoughtful Thursday. I'm thankful for all of you, and I hope this helped and made your thoughts start turning. Have a great day. Bye.